Progressing and catching up to the endgame to play those newest raids can be very challenging. So I asked around and everyone's like, yes, we want some sort of new progression guide to help us come along and get to that endgame a little bit faster. So of course it's going to be a monstrous task for me to do and I'm going to try my best. But before we get started, I do want to say that if you're watching this video like even a few weeks or months down the line, a lot of stuff could have already been changed. We're getting ourselves lower on in 9 days, which is the Korean dev stream, and that's going to announce a lot of things, including female paladin, the new paradise system, which is going to be a huge new progression system for new and returning players. So we don't know the details just yet on those, so I'm sorry I'm not going to include those in this video, but of course once that is revealed, check out the YouTube channel and they will be there as well. Okay, we're going to start off with the super duper basic stuff, and that's first of all, do yourself your chaos gate and your world boss when they're available. So you can see right here, chaos gate top left, right now it's in 1 minute every 2 days ish. You can see the scales gate appearing. That's going to give you some honor shard bags which you can sell, as well as some juice mats. These are worth a lot of money, guys. Like these honor shard pouch are like 1,000 gold each. You get yourselves 3-4 of them, which is pretty cool, even on a 1580 character. Then of course make sure to do yourself your chaos, your guardian, and as well from chaos you get yourself your cubes. You do these as well to get yourself some nice materials, gems as well to sell or to use, which is pretty cool. So even a 1580 character, guys, can make a lot of gold every single week. Then after that, another super basic thing, do every event. And if you're like, what events even are there? I don't know where to start off. Look, top right. Only top right has all the events. So right now, of course, we have an event shop for the Grand Prix. You get yourself the tokens from just doing your dailies, guardians, chaos dungeons, and as well the Arcadia Grand Prix event. But don't really care too much about that one. You will be able to buy out the whole shop by just doing your dailies, which is pretty cool. Of course, the most important ones are at the bottom. I've already bought them, but it's going to be your cube entrance tickets. You get those 27 of these. That's a lot of gold, guys. A lot of gold to do these. Then as well, of course, you get yourself your brews and your restorations. Use these for your chaos dungeons. Very nice. And then Storm the Abyss. You get yourself these coins as well. Buy out the whole shop. These are all good. The best ones, of course, again, are the restoration brews and as well the life skill potions. Very important. Then there's of course the arc pass as well. Be sure to max that out. There's a free tier. If you want to pay a bit of money, you can get yourself the premium tier as well. A lot of juicy mats. And then every certain amount of days, sometimes there is going to be some daily fever time events, which is going to be some extra rewards. And don't forget to be logged in every single day for 90 minutes for your daily rewards as well. And as well, the last thing is going to be some Una tasks. This is going to give you silver, going to give you materials, shards, whatever you want to do. You can do 3 tasks of these a day unless you extend them. And this is dailies and weekly versions. And once you do that, of course, every single day you get yourself these coins right here, the Una adventure tokens, and these you can use to get yourself some gold. How to make gold? Oh my god, this is of course always a very hard one because people want to make gold. They want to get to the higher stage as soon as possible, but of course we said from Una Test you get yourself these tokens right here every single week. The amount, by the way, guys, is based on your highest eye level character. So maybe you're gonna get less than me, maybe you're gonna get the same amount as me, but it's based on what kind of character you have. Then you can go to the gold store, of course, which you've done it. I've been slacking on my Una, so you can see I don't have anything, but you can see if I buy myself a small safe, you should always only buy the large one, by the way. Never buy these small ones because the large one has a chance for a 10,000 gold bar. You know, it's very rare. I've never received one, but you know, if you buy yourself a chest, you can see, and you open it up, boom, you get yourself some gold. Boom, look at that, another 100 gold, which is very nice. And we just got ourselves from that 700 bound gold. So this is bound gold. You cannot trade with this gold, so keep that in mind, but still it's pretty useful to do your Una tasks every time. Another source for some bound gold is gonna be inside of Chaos Dungeon. We just of course mentioned these before, but if you're lucky, it's a Fade Ember, which is like a rare drop. It's like a big thing that just like sprouts up, like, oh my god, Fade Ember. If you pick it up, you have, I think it's a 16% chance for it to be gold, and this can literally go from like 3k gold all the way to 200,000 gold if you're high eye level and doing high eye level chaos dungeon. It's crazy. So you get yourselves a lot of gold, but of course, if you're like 1580, don't expect to get yourself that amount. I think the highest for like 1580 is like 50k or whatever, but the higher eye level you get and you get yourself a gold drop, there is a chance to get yourself that fabled 200,000 gold, which is pretty cool. But of course, maybe you want some unbound gold, and of course, that is where those beautiful potions come into play that we got from the Storm of the Abyss event. Maybe you get them as well from other places inside the game, which is going to be Lifeskilling. Yes, Lifeskilling, guys, is very important. You can see these potions right here, giving you 3,000 energy each. It is a lot of energy you have to use, yes, but it's going to give you a lot of money. Because if you go ahead and do yourself some life skilling, I do have a full life skilling guide on my channel. So, of course, if you want to watch it, go check it out. But I would personally always just go with dual logging. It's the fastest thing to do. And then, of course, you get yourself a nice little tool. You want yourself rare material drop rate. You want yourself kick tree reward drop rate as well, which is going to be pretty nice. And that's going to give you a lot more money. So you're just going to use all your energy, get yourself the materials. Then you can either craft them into Orias, or just go ahead and grab yourself the materials and then just sell them. Like, for example, right here, I have like 1,500 of these planks. I could just sell them. Look at how much money they are. Like I said, if you need a guide, just go over to my channel and watch the Lifeskilling guide. I'm not going to go too in depth as well today, but just do your Lifeskilling guys. Every 2 days, you will generate your full 11,000 bar. So please do your Lifeskilling. It's a lot of gold every single week. Some other things that give you gold as well is sometimes the adventure island actually gives you a lot as well. So you can see today we have adventure islands which sadly do not give any gold, but sometimes if you look over here, it says a gold reward. So this, for example, silver, it can be gold instead, and that gives you like a few thousand gold, which is actually pretty cool. For like a few minutes of work, it's definitely worth doing. Then there's 2 more things you can do for gold, and one of them is going to be your weekly gem ships. Yes, maybe you didn't know that these existed, so there's going to be gem ships all over Arcadia to grab up. So there's, for example, one that docks over here on Curzon. There's one that docks right now in the new Remeria right here. There's one that docks as well on Punica, and there is one more. I think it goes to dock in Rowendell, if I remember correctly. And if you just go to those docks, sometimes there's a ship there where you can buy yourself some free gems, and these are tradable gems, which is pretty cool. So just scour those shorelines every now and then, buy yourself all the gems, and of course come back next week to buy yourself some more. Of course, I do have a full daily guide on my channel as well, which shows all the more location more in detail. This is just more like a compact video of everything you can do. And the last thing that gives you gold is gonna be raids, of course. So we have ourselves a maximum of 6 characters doing 3 gold on the raids a week. You can do more raids a week than just 3, but you can only get gold for 3, which is interesting. So of course you can choose your gold earners. If you don't have 6 characters, of course, try to make more alts. It's very useful. And then if you do yourself your raids, you get yourself some nice gold. So you have 2 options, of course. You can join a group raid in the party finder. So you can see, for example, I could join this group right here if I really wanted to, or if I'm like, I don't want to play with other people, I can do solo mode. So there's a big solo mode button right here, a little bit like right there, and you can click this and then you can go into raid solo. But solo mode gives less gold, gives more materials, but mostly a big part of the gold is bound. So if you want mostly unbound gold, sadly you're gonna have to do group raids, but there is an option for you to do that. Sadly, solo raids only go all the way up to Echidna, so no Aegir, no Brelshaza, no Mordem, of course. So if you are looking for those raids, sadly you're gonna have to group up. We could see, of course, in the future that these are added. A lot of people are anticipating with low on in 9 days from this video that we're gonna get more solo raids, but we'll have to see what's going to happen with that. We have gathered ourselves a lot of gold. We've gathered ourselves some stuff from our events. What are some other things we can do? So first of all, we have ourselves some islands, guys. We have ourselves some islands we can do to get yourselves materials. You can see, for example, right here, we have Indigo Islands we can do to get yourself some materials, which is right here, the Bustling Island. These are 2 islands that give you some tier 4 materials to use, including shard bags, items, and stuff. So if you have not done these 2 islands and gathered all the materials from the shops, go over to these islands and do them as well. Then, of course, if you are doing every single raid, which I would definitely recommend doing, literally do every raid, even the lowest one. You can go do Vaulton, Ficus, everything, all these raids, and you get yourself some materials, which you can even exchange for higher ones as well. There's these exchange material NPCs inside of the game, and you can see if I have a lower tier material, I can just go ahead and transfer these over. Boom. See, so now we got ourselves 6 more of these Marvelous Deep Stones, and then if I want Radiant ones, I can do that even as well. So even if I do low tier raids, I can get higher tier materials just like that. And of course, if we did these solo mode raids, we get ourselves the solo mode exchange shop as well, which has a ton of items. You can see every single week we can buy ourselves Shardbacks, we can buy ourselves Orias, buy yourself everything from this store, guys. Literally, it's so worth it. Instead of having to slave and having to get materials, materials. You get yourself a lot of mats from here. Look at all these bags, and I'll show you as well, of course, how many you get from this. There's books as well. There's auto exchange. You get yourself some level 7 gems. You can get yourself XP every week as well. Look at that. We can get ourselves ancient accessories, and as well we get ourselves materials to use from the raids, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna buy all these up. Boom, we got ourselves a lot of materials. You can see if I use this bag right here, and it's going to give me 2,000 of the obliteration stones. Then from this, it's going to give me 6,000 of the refinement stones. Look at that, 6,000 of those. Boom, we got ourselves 100 leap stones as well. And just like that, like every single week. So even if I'm not playing this character and I want to prepare characters for the future, but just buying these every single week is going to give me so many materials. And when I finally want to push them, I can go ahead and do that right now. The other two stores you can do as well is going to be the light trill exchange right here. That's going to give you guys the upgrade materials. You buy these boxes you can do every single week. And as well, you can get yourself these gem boxes. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. And if you get these gem boxes, they're literally untradeable. They're literally tradable gems. Sorry, not untradeable. Tradable gems. Boom. Get ourselves 2 level 5 for free, which is pretty awesome. So, of course, how much is that worth? Let's see. Level 5. It's going to be worth a nice, let's go for the cheapest one, 1,100 gold. Easy. I did it times 2, so I made 2,200 gold in like 2 clicks, which is awesome. And then as well on the top right is going to be a legion raid exchange. If you use the eye of the case we just bought as well for free, you can get yourself some more pouches as well. Boom, we got ourselves 1 little pouch right there. Boom, that's gonna give me another 5 leap stones. It's, you know, it's every little bit helps, guys. Every little bit helps, even on the brand new character, because of course we still need a lot of shards. We need a lot of things on these characters to get them to 1640, 1650, 1660, 1670. You know, it's gonna be a long journey, but you need to do every single little thing. Of course, if you're a little bit higher, there's these other exchanges as well. It's gonna be the epic raid exchange. This is gonna give you access to, of course, dark fires, elixirs, or these pouches as well from Behemoth. And then over here you can use yourself the Echidna materials, or you can use yourself even A gear or even Mortem later on to get yourself these books and all other things as well, which is pretty cool. So if you didn't know that these stores existed, use them, abuse them, and of course get some nice free things. So now we made some gold. So let's just assume 2 scenarios. You're either 1600 right now and you want to go to 1640, or you are above 1640 and you want to get to 1700-ish, which is the end game, as soon as possible. So first of all, there is no shortcut, sadly, for 1640. Make sure that you have all the materials. Make sure that you buy every single book there is. There's a lot of books as well, like metallurgy, right here, for example. You can see these books right here. They're going to help you do your hones a little bit easier. So if they do exist, please grab them up. They're from events as well. As you can see right here, there's probably some books. Yes, you can see here, books. Use these books to go ahead and get yourself your hones easier. There's them as well from the solo mode shop, and then just go all the way to 1640. There's no shortcuts, no nothing. I'm sorry. I wish there was, at least not for now. Of course, if there is an event for honing your character, it's going to make things a lot easier. Alright, so now we are 1640. What is the most efficient way to go about it right now? So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and regularly hone until your gear is 1660. Once you're 1660 though, we're going to go ahead and make sure that you have all the materials to advance hone, because we're going to start doing a little bit of advanced honing. So if you see there's a new advanced honing tab, of course, if you're a returning player, and we're going to make our gear plus 10. Yes, we're just going to make a plus 10. Just go start honing, make it plus 10, and then you will end up at 1670. Okay, now we're going to go from 1670 normal honing, so regular honing again, to 1680. So now, of course, we're going to continue our regular honing to get to 1680. So now, of course, we have a plus 10, 1680 gear as well, and then we're going to advance hone until plus 20 to get 1690. And then, you know, you can stop there if you want to, but if you want to do hard mortem, you need to get 1700, which is then just regular honing till plus 18. And that's technically it. It's just literally honing. Use as many books as you can, use as many free materials as you can, abuse the events as much as you can, but sadly there's no real shortcuts besides that to get to 1700 eye level. But this is not all you have to do, sadly. Just getting gold, spending gold is not gonna get you very far. You have to do some horizontal things as well. So This is my character right here. This is my main, together with my Breakcraft, technically 2 mains. So what do we need to do to make sure we have a good character? So first of all, we need to make sure that we have done our Transcendence. Max it all the way out. This, of course, is system you get yourself from Behemoth and as well from Thamine. Do this all the way until your character is maxed. So make sure to do that. Then as well, we have ourselves something called elixirs. These need to be good elixirs. You definitely want to go for double roll 4/5s, 5/5s and everything with your main stat rolls done as well. I do have guides on all these things. If they're sounding a bit overwhelming, don't worry, there are separate guides for all these things on the channel. But you do want yourself like 5/5 on here with double roll. You want boss damage if you're DPS, maybe incoming damage reduction or just a double damage roll on there. Crit damage, weapon power, whatever you have, attack power, and then of course the last one as well, which completes your set effect. So do your elixirs, do that as well. Then of course, make sure, this is in my opinion my best tip, make sure that if you're honing, do it equally. I know it's very enticing to have a very high weapon, like 25 weapon, very, very cool. But make sure that your armor is at least the same eye level as well as the raid as you're doing, because if your armor is below the raid level, you're gonna take a lot more damage. It's not like 1%, it's like 10 or 20, like 15%. It's gonna be crazy. You're gonna be so squishy and you're gonna constantly die. So make sure your armor is honed as well. Then of course, besides that, if you're getting around the 1680 mark, it's important to get yourself some good accessories. I would always say that if you're starting off with accessories, please at least buy mid rolls. So that means a damage roll on an accessory to be a mid tier. Again, I have guides for accessories on the channel. Please buy mid rolls at least. They're super cheap, 2-3k golds literally per accessory. Just buy those instead. And of course, when you're 1680, as soon as possible, upgrade to ancient fully, because it's going to give you a lot more arc passive points as well. Make sure to get a good bracelet, and as well, of course, a stone, you want at least a 2/2. All right. Then as well, of course, you can work on your roster level. That is going to be always nice because people like to see a high roster, 200 plus. You get this by doing quests. Guys, do a lot of quests on your alts and stuff to get yourself roster XP, and do yourself your dungeons and stuff daily as well. A good title. This can be a hell mode title or one of the latest raid titles. Always very useful, and the rest doesn't really matter. Skins, very important to have yourself a good set of skins, because skins actually give stats. You can see a legendary set gives you 2% int in every single piece, so times 4, which is awesome, is 8% int. If you give yourself a full purple set, it gives you 1%. So at least get a full purple set on the weapon, helmet, body, and leg slot to get yourself 1%. Make sure to get yourself all your engravings up to legendary tier. There is some legendary books you can buy from the store right here, this right here. Make sure to max out all your books, max them out as soon as possible. If you have some engravings still on epic tier, no, make them legendary at least. That's the minimum. And then of course later on you can upgrade to full relics as well, but that's gonna be way down the line. Don't worry about this as well. And then of course gems, you have yourself maybe a full set of event gems, but you can upgrade some of your most important damage ones to level 8s and stuff as well. This is going to be the staple end game. So if you're getting it to like 1680, 1690, you need at least probably 1 level 8 gem. I'm sorry. It is just what it is. Level 1 to 3 level 8 gems is kind of the staple at that time. You're going to have to grind a lot of gold. And then, of course, that's stuff. It's going to be cards. There's a lot of card sets now. We have this light card set. We have ourselves some other ones. We have a dark card set. Of course, not that important anymore. We have lightning card set, and now we have earth card set as well. And these are going to give you a lot of damage in raids, and people do look at these as well, and you're going to have to collect cards. So this is one of these time-gated things, and you're just gonna have to be a little bit lucky to get yourself the right cards at the right time. But at least LOS 30 is something you want to shoot for. Hopefully in the next event we're gonna get this for free on every character, but we shall see what's gonna happen with that. Then as well, right now, make sure that of course your build is correct. Go to lostark.nexus, make sure that it's all good. But now of course you can get yourself level 5 tripods for free if you didn't double check all your characters to get yourself level 5 tripods. If you just go to the tripod NPC in any city, you can go ahead and talk to them, and they're gonna give you a free set of 50 weekly amulets to just max it out. So just buy yourself all these 50, boom, 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 like that, and then you have yourself all of these to max out every single skill you're using, because level 5 tripods are just very, very, very important. And then the last but not least thing of progression, and that's gonna be doing your potions. Yes. So we have ourselves enlightenment trees, we have evolution trees, leap trees for you know, the arc passive, and these of course are very important to max out. So currently you can see these are the maximum points: 120, 101, and 70. These are the maximum points you can get inside the game. So if you're below that, sadly you have some grinding to do, and that's going to be either in the form of potions, going to be in the form of level, accessories, or karma, which is unlocked from Belshazzar. So let's start off with those things real quick. So first of all, we have ourselves gear. If you get yourself a gear, you get yourself more points, which you can use, then you will up to 120. Of course, you need to be level 70 as well. If your character's not level 70, get this as soon as possible. We get this from events, but otherwise you have to use strongholds, do dailies, get yourself a lot of XP through that as well. But if you have yourself the full A gear set plus level 70, you're at 120 points. So karma sadly does not increase our points, it just gives us damage. So that is gonna be kind of interesting. You can see right here we get so 6% evolution damage, strength power, and max HP. So yeah, this is not gonna give you any points. But enlightenment though, very important. We get ourselves points from having ancient accessories. So relic and the ancient tier 3 are the exact same points, but if you get to ancient tier 4 at 1680, you get yourself more points. If you then go upgrade your karma to level 6 and as well your level 70, you'll be at 101 points if you got all your enlightenment potions. So if we go type in alt plus D, this will open up the codex, and then type in enlightenment potion. This is going to give you all the enlightenment potions you can get inside the game. These are going to give you more points, and you want to get all of these. Yes, you have to do you have to do your blood clot shard, you have to do your adventure tome, you're going to have to do yourself the wool boss and Abydos garrison, and then we have ourselves, of course, the Sevek Atun field boss as well. Sorry, this is the report and this is the field boss. So you need to do all these potions, get them as soon as possible, and then you will end up at 101 points. Why it's important to get all of these is if you're 1640 and you have all the potions, you actually will look like this. You have yourself your 4th node unlocked, which is so massive, guys. So massive. It's going to give you such a big damage boost, and it's going to make you so much stronger than all of the other players, which is very, very nice. And then last but not least, we're going to have ourselves our leap tree. This, of course, is in correlation with your T skill, which for me is on my Z, but, you know, this is the T skill. If you get to the 2nd row, that's going to give you an enhanced version of it, which is very, very, very strong. You unlock this after doing some karma and getting yourself a relic bracelet. Then if you upgrade to ancient and you maximize your karma tree and level 70, you get yourself your rank tree on here, which is just so strong. Of course, the top tier is going to increase your damage a bit on hyper awakenings, and as well it's going to go ahead and give you a lot more damage. So it's very, very, very good to use. I would definitely recommend getting it as well. There's only one more set of potions you have to get, and that's going to be your skill point potions. These are a little bit of a grind, guys, but skill points are so important. So if you go again to codex, type in this time skill point potion, look at how many there are, guys. Oh my god, there's 3 pages of skill points you have to get, and you need all of these if you're DPS. All of them, get them all. Every single bit and bob is going to give you a lot more points, guys. Please just go ahead and grab them up, and we get ourselves, of course, a new one later, and that's going to allow us to get 1 more extra point. So we get it a level 11 skill, but you need these points, guys. You need these points because they're going to give you so much damage as well. Of course, be sure to do your runes as well. All these runes are so important. They're going to give you extra casting speed or mana reduction or whatever you need to get for your character, and all of these are needed to be grinded. And I think that is technically it. I know it's a bit of a weird progression, guys, but it's just gonna be the same if you're 1580, the same if you're 1680, the same if you're 1780. It doesn't matter. Everyone has to do the same things. You're gonna have to do your dailies, you're gonna have to do your guardians, your caresses, your unatas, you're gonna have to do your raids, you're gonna have to do your life skilling, all those things, buying out your shops, and that's technically it. There's no real shortcut to get to the end game. I'm sorry to tell you that. So I just wanted to give you all the options you have, all the things you could grind, but that's technically it. So do this for all your characters. Of course, get 6 characters as soon as possible. Yeah, and then the only other option, sadly, is because it's a Korean game, is to open up the F4 shop. And if you're lacking materials, buy them from here or buy currency. And it is what it is. So yeah, you know, I try to make everything as positive as possible, but you know, it is still a Korean game. So if you're missing items, they are selling nice packages. You know, you need advanced honing materials, you need cards, you need silver, you need whatever cube tickets. You can swipe as much as you want. Another pay to win option technically. And like I said, I don't really want to include these, but for the sake of the video, let's do them anyway. So if we go to the death rate we just said, which is 1580, if you want to, you can go ahead and buy a power pass, and this power pass will bring you free eye levels. So you can see there's a lot of them. Every time you go progress to the store yourself, you make this a bit cheaper. So in my opinion, at least gets 1580 and do yourself South Korean yourself. So all of this story, because all of the holding is free. There's no gold cost. It's just silver, just materials. So just go all the way up to 1580. And then the last one, you can see this North Korean pass. It's going to be to get yourself to 1600. You can see I can skip from 1580 to 1600 right there. And I get myself free gear, accessories, all the kind of stuff. And it cost me 10 bucks. Because like 1100 crystals are around 10 bucks. So for $10, I can go ahead and be 1600. And then sadly, I have to do the journey from 1600 to 1620 myself. At this moment, of course, it could be new power passes in the future added, which I'm definitely seeing gonna happen pretty soon. Maybe even in the summer for us. And then you can just go to 1640 and then work your way through the end game. So, you know, that is kind of it. But that's it. Eventually, hopefully, your roster looks like the thing you want it to be. Maybe some 1700s, maybe even some 1710s with plus 25 weapons. I know it's going to be a long journey, guys. Don't expect some shortcuts or something like that. But of course, if you need help with the raids or you maybe want your character reviewed, come join me on twitch.tv/I'mTheFilth. I'll be live every single day. Of course, playing the game myself and maybe taking you guys along for the journey as well. If you guys did enjoy, highly appreciate a like down below. Guys, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And of course, if there's some videos you are missing or you want to see, comment them down below, because I'm always looking for new video ideas as well. Because I'll be honest, making videos on Lost Ark sometimes is a bit tricky because there's just a lot of things that, you know, take a long time to come out. So I try my best, but if there's things you want to see or maybe things that are outdated, I'll make a new video happily every single time. So thank you so much for watching. Take care, love you, bye bye, and see you guys again in a few days for another video. Take care.